Hi, my name is Richard Martin. I'm the author of Brilliant Maneuvers, How to Use Military Wisdom to Win Business Battles. I've been presenting capsule summaries of each of the 10 chapters in the book. We're up to chapter 4, which is about the principle of the objective, selection and maintenance of the aim. And this is the master principle of war, and I would argue of business also. This chapter goes into great detail about developing and selecting the right objectives and then creating alignment throughout the organization so that you can maintain that aim and achieve it in order to reach your objectives. So when we look at selection and maintenance of the aim, let's look at the selection part first. Selecting an aim is an art. It involves balancing ends, ways, and means. In other words, what are you trying to achieve? How are you going to achieve it? And what resources and means are you going to put into play to achieve it? Then there's the whole part of maintaining the objective. I said in my introduction that one of the key aspects of military wisdom is operational art and the ability to transform strategic objectives into coherent and consistent action throughout an organization to achieve that organization's aims. In the military, this is known as mission command, and it's put into place through a process called nested hierarchical planning. Now, this is a mouthful, but basically what it boils down to is that every level of the military organization, from the top to the bottom, every commander has to develop his or her own mission, vision, and plan to achieve the higher level's end state or vision in order to achieve those objectives at the higher level. This is where the nested hierarchical process comes into place. And the basis of that is something called mission analysis, which I go into great detail on in the chapter. Now, what happens with this approach is you create mission command. By mission command, I mean at the highest level, you determine the strategy, the aim, the vision, and the mission of the organization. And at each level, people know what they're supposed to achieve and why they're supposed to achieve it, but they're given the freedom to develop the how part, how to achieve it. Why is this important? Because when you inevitably run into the enemy, or difficulties, or friction, or uncertainty, and risk, and things don't go as you planned, everybody in the organization can use their native intelligence, their intuition, and their initiative to achieve the aims of the higher level organization of which they're part. This is called mission command. And it contributes to the principle of the objective, which is the master principle of war and business. In the next capsule summary, I'll talk about working with limited resources and setting priorities.